With gun violence leading to an increase in violent crime, many are wondering whether Congress will respond by passing new gun laws. Joe St. George takes a look at the passionate debate among Americans driving the conversation.
It's hard to even describe in words, right?
For Carla Byrne, coming here is tough. It's one of the more emotional reminders of what happened in Odessa, Texas, nearly 2 years ago.
We were literally in a war zone in our own town.
A gunman drove around town randomly shooting and killing people on the streets. Her brother Joey, one of the 7 killed, 25 were injured.
Every time I see this bench.
A bench here lists the names of the lives lost. Carla's brother was driving when the gunman encountered him.
His wife and his 2 children were in the car with him. They're sitting at a stoplight, and they actually rolled up next to the USPS van. Of course, not knowing that the monster was sitting in the van.
Carla's story, while heartbreaking, is becoming less and less of an anomaly. There have been 452 mass shootings since the start of the year. That's according to the nonprofit research group Gun Violence Archive. Carla knows all these shootings are difficult to remember, and there's a chance you may have forgotten about the mass shooting that changed her life. That sad fact is why she's perplexed why so little has changed with gun laws nationwide.
I know it's painful and frustrating.
Even President Biden has acknowledged how limited his actions on guns have been since taking office. And while the White House supports efforts in Congress to tackle gun issues, so far negotiations have broken down between Republicans and Democrats. Democrats, who control the House and Senate, can't make changes on their own. In Texas, not only is background check reforms not passed at the state level, a new law allows anyone living there to carry handguns without a license or training starting in September. Carla says that's the exact opposite of what politicians promised her after her brother's death.
It's names on a bench. That's all it is. Names on a bench. It means nothing to them. And when it means nothing except a name on a bench, then this is what we see happen.
So why aren't gun laws changing nationwide? Well, for one, Democrats don't have the votes here on Capitol Hill. They need at least 10 Republicans in the United States Senate to join the 50 Democrats to pass anything consequential. And when you speak to Second Amendment lobbying groups, you quickly realize they're just as passionate about this subject as Carla.
The point is, when a bad guy wants to do damage, all the laws in the world aren't going to stop it.
Meet David Ahmad with Open Carry Texas, a group that has vowed to campaign against any politician, Democrat or Republican, who advocates for any form of gun control. He believes Americans have actually embraced more guns to protect themselves in recent months, not less. On average, the FBI processes 8.6 million gun background checks annually. Last year in 2020, they processed 12.8 million background checks. He doesn't believe making it harder to own a gun or restricting what guns can be bought is constitutional.
Defending yourself and having the equipment that you need to do that is the only form of common sense that's ever going to make a damn bit of difference. Let me ask you a question. How many times has the existence of a law prevented a crime? The answer is none.
As you can see, David's passion rivals Carla's, and that's what makes this issue so polarizing and why not much is expected to change anytime soon. I'm Joe St. George reporting.
Wage theft cost U.S. workers $15 billion last year, making it the costliest crime in the United States. We take a look at the efforts to make sure workers are paid what they earn when the race continues.